Happy New Year from Arthur's Aquatics. Today I'm going to be adding the Substrate and Hardscape to this tank, ready for when we plant it, hopefully in a week or so. Before you get any kind of tank going, you want to make sure that you've got the right kind of filter or right size for your tank. So I'm going for a sponge filter for this one. It's very wide and whatnot. And then the right type of heater if your fish need a heater. So this is about 120 litres, this tank, so it needs a 100-watt heater. Also, if you're going to have a planted tank, you definitely need a light, obviously one that fits the aquarium. I've got the first rock piece here. When you're kind of holding these pieces, they are strong, or they should be, but it's important not to hold it by the middle over your tank in case the rock falls off and disaster. So I'll just put this first bit in. I'm going to do them all separate pieces, so say if I need to move, they're easily removed or changed around, or if a piece doesn't work, we can take it out and adjust it. Right, there we go, that's all the hardscape in. Now it's time to put the substrate in. So we're going for a bottom layer of what's called an aquabasis in this case, basically soil. It's a very nutrient rich substance which will not only feed the roots of plants in here but leach nutrients into this water column for any other plant and algae, but hey ho. Alright, so now we'll add the sand substrate on top of that. So here you go, you can see that the first bit of substrate has been added. You can see the aqua soil at the bottom here and then the sand covering it on top. As you can see, the stones are doing quite a good job of holding it back, thankfully. And now to do this second bigger shoreline here. So that's the aqua soil added now. We're going to add the substrate on top. When you're adding any kind of substrate, it needs to be kind of at least 3 centimeters for any kind of plant to take hold. Or if you've got no live plants, your substrate or your kind of medium on the bottom will often hold a lot of your beneficial bacteria, which helps cycle the nutrients in your tanks. Therefore, more is usually a bit better. Alright, there we go. That's all the substrate added. So usually when you're kind of filling a tank for the first time or just topping it up from the water change, you want to be careful not to blow the substrate everywhere. Luckily with this design there's this massive empty patch here that I can just pour water onto and it shouldn't affect the substrate. So it's full of water now. Just added a few of the toys, as you can see they're floating. I just go across. The shorelines are working quite nicely, they're holding the sand back. Thank you for watching.